Hi everybody, Gerone right here again, and I'm in another video here, and this video is based on the painting that you see here, which is a 1847 to 53 painting done by Daniel Mclise, okay, and it is it's titled Noah's Sacrifice, and it's a depiction of Noah and his family after the great flood. Now, I have told you in my other videos, Decodings of Noah, that in the sense of the word of what we believe in, of it saying a flood, it was not that. It was a flood on a mass scale involving genetic manipulation. I offered other proofs, and this here will probably be my best proof that I would actually probably have to date. But there are other artists out there that will be depicting the same thing, these Renaissance artists, because there never was a flood. All of these references that they are making represent genetic bridging and genetic alterings of mankind's genetics. And I want to show you that this is the case here with this painting. First of all, I'm going to call your attention to right here. And let me draw on that. This, first of all, is just what it appears to be, which is a penis. See that there? Coming up here to the nut sack. There's the shaft. There's the head. That's a penis. Now, what is a penis doing there? I can explain it to you. I'm going to read this whole entire painting pretty much to you here. The penis represents Noah. All right. Now, Noah represents a penis. I guess that's no easier way to put it there. Look at the landscape back here, first of all. If you notice in the landscape, check the landscape out. There is a body laying here. I'm at the left arm now. Going out here, this is the left shoulder. And here's the head. Here, let me draw this in for you, so you can actually see what I'm doing here. This is the chest area right in here. Okay? That's the chest area. Here's the right arm. No, the left arm area. I'm sorry. Going over the shoulder. Here's a neckline. Here's a head right there. This will be the hair right there. And this represents, there would be a face in there that's actually blotted out, but this is the body laying there. That represents Noah laying out. Okay? Now, coming down, this body that's in the landscape, that's encrypted in the landscape, its left leg is over here, representing this group right here, and its right leg comes out and represents this group over here, which is white and black. I'll get back to that later. Now, Noah is standing right in the split of the legs. Noah represents the penis of this individual, which is himself. And that's why that image of that penis is there. Now, what is going on? There's a genetic cross-reference. Noah bridged, so it is showing you here, black and white, and took white out. So how would Noah do that? He bridged black and white and took black out. Something that's been going on for the longest. And this is what's being implied here. This white penis, you can see back here the black, the darkness and flesh being burned away, and The fire there shows you what's being burned away and the blackness of these individuals here. Now, sounds crazy, I know. Let me keep going. How did Noah do this? Well, it's showing you. And the larger encrypted image of Noah, which is laid out here, which signifies his boat up here, his ark. It shows you these creatures, these animals 2 by 2, showed you how they came in at his face, genetically spliced on his ark, and transformed the genetics of Noah. And that's how Noah is emerged as this standing there erect between his own image of his legs, crotch, as that is a newly genetic releasing penis. And that's why that big penis is sitting there. Noah's hand shows you that his arm is reaching out past the burning black flesh, which is here, which was burnt off the penis, and touching that of the new penis, which represents the white part, which represents him, and showing you the new release of genetics. The rainbow back here signifies the same thing. The rainbow is crossing over from the black side to the white side, and over here a new bloodline is shown in the bright and red area. A new bloodline created. These guys over here, which is a cluster of different, look like different ethnic background of people there, shows you through the spear. See the black spearhead? The black spearhead is in these black mountains up here, representing the founding stones, which was that of ape and black man. Ancient genetics, original genetics, which were actually overcame by genetic bridging of animals and creatures, reptilians, that actually calls for the change and calls for different creations of and bloodlines of people in our world today. This is why you have different eyes. This is why you have different complexions. This is why you have different hair. And this is why you have different cultures and different beings in mankind, because our ancestors, long before Noah, realized that you could be genetically cross-referenced with creatures of our world and produce an outcome in your DNA and in your genetics. It's been carried on through time and through religion and through cultures, and it has always been being done. It was done in the Egyptian days, I can show you. It was done in the Mayan days, I can show you. And through my Angkor Wat videos in Cambodia. Okay, and what is going on here is it is still in practice today. And this is the big secret behind everything that is around us. This is what the secret is all about. It's not about aliens. It's not about UFOs. It's not about any cult or demonic. Well, I could say cult, but not demonic. It's about genetic altering. It's the same thing that Adolf Hitler was doing. The exact same thing, but he was more open and out with it. What's being done today is behind the scenes. And there is not one Renaissance artist that is not guilty of this. These ancient founding stones represent that of the black man, ape, original man, and it's showing you that animal bridging was used to take or to weaken the original genetics, which were strong genetics of that of the black man, and altered them to where they were burned off, and some individuals can actually stake a claim in being able to produce a gene that is absent the blackness, our original genetics of that of ape and black man. And that's what this is all about. Okay. You make what you want to make of it. Yeah, some people may think that this is racist. Some people may think it's that. They may think. I can tell you that the main problem with this is that a lot in part of what slavery had to do with this and genetic altering. That's why so many people so many Africans from Africa was herded into America and other parts of the world so they could be genetically broken down. I can tell you that much, because there's evidence of that as well in these paintings, and that's what this was all about. So I know it doesn't sound nice, but my thing is, at least you know what's going on now, and we know that we have to deal with it, and we take it from there. It is what it is. It done happened. This is what your Bible stories are all about. I'm giving you Noah. I can do the same thing. Once I can do this with Jesus. Jesus was the same thing. This is named, y'all, the great sacrifice of Noah. The only thing that Noah is sacrificing here is showing you his body laid in stealth mode here in the landscape, him taking on animal genetics to alter that of black genetics. Bridge. Noah is a genetic bridge. One leg out this way, one leg out that way. Noah's erecting him, showing you that he laid down his body to sacrificially alter, genetically bridge, so that there could be other genetic bloodlines and genes produced. For that of, I guess, our Caucasian counterparts, because I'm black, so I have to say Caucasian counterparts. All right, this is what this is all about. There was no great flood. The only great flood that was there was a great flood of these animals. Noah laid down his body to genetically alter himself so genetic bridges could be made to produce new bloodlines and new DNA. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it in a nutshell. And it's said over and over and over again. Every image of Noah, especially from the Renaissance era, is saying the same exact thing. So, there is no great flood, people. That myth is gone. It's out the window. You know what I mean? Explain. Who but I could explain why there is a penis right here? Noah's between the legs, emanating himself as a penis right there, and then got his hand over on the penis, and he was cross-referenced with that of ancient genetics. He's cross-referencing ancient genetics through himself and burnt off the blackness, which represents ape and black man. Burnt it off of the penis, burnt the flesh off, and now this is the dominated gene, that of Caucasian white man. I'm going to end this video and leave you with that. This is my Geronification town. My name is Gerone Wright. There's so much that I could do. I don't know where I'm likely to go after this. I have some wonderful pics of that I can do with Jesus. I think I'm just gonna wing it and do whatever I'm inspired to do. That's the best way for me to tackle these videos. All I got to say to you is that, email these to a friend, forward message it to someone, tweet somebody. This is real, people. You know what I mean? This is real. This painting is by Daniel Mclise. Noah's Sacrifice, 1847 to 53. And it depicts Noah with his family, supposedly after the great flood. But here you have Noah with an enlarged penis right there, detailed down to the foreskin around the head, the shaft and the balls. Okay? And Noah himself is between the legs of himself, laid there and taking on animal genetic alterings. Genetics altering his state of being, which calls for this encrypted image in the first place, this encrypted painting in the first place. Body laid out here in the landscape. There's a chest right there, left arm coming out around, animal shown walking up the left arm at Noah's face, making a deposit, genetics, genetic altering, which I know how to, as being done too, by the way, people. And it shows you that there is a bridge. There's the rainbow signifying the bridge, Noah in the middle signifying the bridge, the split legs representing the bridge, the cross-referencing and split, and genetic bridging, and between black and white. For those of you to say, well, these people are fair skinned, the arrow with the black head on it, spearhead on it, is this here people which you don't know represents that of the ancient genetics of man, shown that they were taken in, and these people represent that, and Noah is cross-referencing them, and he's burning that portion, those genetics off, and that's what this black smoke is emulating, taken from here down through here, burnt off. And now we just have white genetics, which is the dominating genetics. And that's why this enlarged penis is here, which Noah himself represents. It's just clear, cut, and dry. You know what I mean? Just that simple. You know, every depiction of Noah's Ark is saying the same exact thing. Genetic bridging and genetic cross-referencing with mankind and animals. Point blank. And Noah further. Jesus used his body as a genetic referencing vessel, and there's many others, people. I can do this with practically just any other person, a Renaissance artist painting that's referencing a historical moment of this nature. Anything of this nature is stating the same exact thing. Alright? My name is Gerone Wright. You're on my Geronification channel. You can catch me on alien UFOs, dreams and experiences as well too. My site there is I am an alien and so are you. Or you can Google my name. Make sure you spell it right, which is G-E-R-O-N as in Nancy, E, Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. And I mean, these videos going to keep coming until something comes ahead. I have almost 70 videos here, people, and I am not famous yet. This, what I'm showing you here, is larger than life. I mean, believe me when I tell you that. I mean, I stand a better chance becoming famous for rescuing a cat off of a high power line than becoming famous for this and end up on the 6 o'clock news for that, saving a cat on a high power line, than I would in so much as far as doing this, because they go place people in high places. Could you imagine an intern or somebody on the lower level taking this to their boss and say, hey, go to this YouTube channel, Geronification. This guy has discovered who we are and showing genetic bridging. Noah's Ark is, and Noah and his Ark did not happen that way. And he's showing you and explaining it in a way that, I mean, and he's right. I mean, he's right. Could you imagine somebody come running into their boss's office? Let's say Turner, by the way, what is his name, Ted Turner or whatever, with the big Warner Turner or whatever that is, the big networking on TV. Could you imagine somebody coming and say, look, just forget it. Don't even bring it up. Leave it alone. Let it go. This is something that we do not want to touch. You see what I'm saying? People, this is not going to go easy with anyone, or go over easy with anyone. Could you imagine somebody running into a monk go running, or a nun go running into the Vatican? Hey, there's a guy on YouTube, and he's telling all of our secrets and what's going on. What can we do about it? I mean, nothing we can do about it. Nothing. Let it go. Just forget about it. You know what I mean? These people are in high places. Do not, I mean, this is the day that they dreaded to come, and it's here in my videos. This is something that is ancient from the beginning of time, throughout all of history. This is what got the Knights Templar disbanded and hunted down and killed. When they threatened that story that they threatened the Pope with they were going to expose them for that what Christianity really was. It wasn't what they really actually, what you really wanted to believe it was. This is why they were hunted down and killed. And I mean, some of them were fortunate enough to get away. These secrets is what is so near and dear to everyone. That's what this is all about. These secrets. You know what I mean? Now, it's out. You have it. Now it's here. What are you going to do about it? Look at that body laid out there. There's the left breast. There's the right breast. There's the neck. Look at the head, the chin. I'm at the chin right there. That would be the would-be hair. Just emulates Noah's body laid out. And Noah represents his own penis in this laid out landscape. He represents a penis. And then it's all verified by the penis that is right here. Genetic altering. His arm stretched out. Animals going up his arm. And at his mouth, there's a horse there at his mouth letting you know that there was a genetic alteration there going on. Genetically sacrificed himself, laid himself out on the line so we could have this. A new genetic alteration of people. Shows you genetic bloodlines and all people. I mean, what more do you need? And what was being altered? Black. Genetics of the blacks being altered to give you white, to give you blonde hair and blue eyes, to give you brunettes. You know what I mean? To give you all of the above, to get you away from the traditional look of that of the ape and black man, the nappy hair, I guess, the nappy beards, the nappy chest hair, all of that. All of those things, people, this is how they done it. Genetic manipulation, precise genetic manipulation and altering. Yeah, here in your face. Rembrandt has it in his artworks. Bernini has it. I mean, I can walk into the Vatican. And I mean, I can walk into Rome, anywhere in Rome, show you the same exact thing. You name them, Michelangelo. Even coming in closer, I've seen this stuff in Picasso's work, Pablo Picasso's work, George Quintance, Dore. These people all knew all along. All of you alone. This is your identity, people. And you wonder some days why you feel this way, why you act this way. And your identity is laid out in code in all these paintings. And I mean, one day you might be feeling a certain way, and just knowing who you are and where you come from, you can equate it with everything that is around you. I mean, you are genetically part of some of the same creatures that you're eating. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? You are. I mean, in essence, we are cannibals because we're eating our ancestors. You know what I mean? These creatures were genetic contributors to our being. You know what I mean? The latest that I've actually seen, to give you an idea, were the pigs. Wouldn't this explain why our hearts are so compatible with them, but yet our bodies reject them? Because there is a mutation that is actually between. I'm telling you now, people, that there is a lot to know. There's a lot more to understand about all of this. And I mean, it's just fascinating. It really is. It really is. And I can continue to do this. I don't have no end. I can continue to do this over and over and over again. You know? And it is only left open to my interpretation. You know why? Because I'm the one that discovered this. From the beginning to the end. Even before the artist was making these drawings, I discovered this through my paranormal experience and encounter. I can give you animals and creatures that are not even known to man, and know where they came from. I know how apes were created. You know what I mean? It's just, it goes on and on and on. It's like this is a never-ending cycle of creation. I'm going to end the video here. I'll catch you in my next video. All I ask is that you keep forwarding this. If you know somebody, forward it to them. I mean, anybody that you just keep forwarding my message. Eventually, I'm going to break down this barrier, and I'll be in mainstream. And then we can really start living the way we're really supposed to start living in, because then the questions are going to have to be answered. You know what I mean? So I'm out with that, people. I'm going to get going. You know, it's just amazing. But I love when I can get stuff like this here and put it right in your face and show you. You know what I mean? And show you what it actually is. You know what I mean? Go to this image and Google it for yourself, and you will see. The image again is Daniel Mclise. That's Daniel, and the last name spelling is Mclise. Okay, and it's Noah's sacrifice, and it's an 1847 to 53 painting, and depiction of Noah and his family after the great flood. Again, there was no great flood, and the only flood that there were flooding of genetics that were poured into Noah and dispersed back out again. Genetic alterings, and this is how people use their bodies as genetic sacrifices and genetic bridges to alter the genetics of the original genetics, which are actually created through that of ape and black man. It was to change one side to give you another. Now, the problem with all of this is that there's evidence that the side that it's taken from is being destroyed. That's the problem with this whole thing. You know what I mean? That's phasing out and dying off, and this is evolving forward, which creates a great problem for this side over here. Alright. There's still a lot of things that I can still answer about all of this. What can happen from this? What can be rectified? What can be salvaged? All of those possibilities, once I'm out there, once I'm famous with all of this, I mean, and have a team behind me, I can, if I wanted to, I could actually take and give in the ideas about how this process could be reversed, how long it takes for it to go forward, where is this going to be at now. There could be projection times of when certain genetics could be kicking in. It's just so much, people, that, I mean, believe me when I tell you that it's a lot more for me to really grasp the reality of, but I know that it's there, and I just need more minds to help me think through it all and process it all. You know what I mean? And again, I always say that I'm not the best narrator for this, but with the team behind me, I'm going to tell you something now, and I'm going to be awesome. You know what I mean? Because this, I mean, what I can do is just totally unbelievable. You know what I mean? It's truly remarkable. I'm going to get going with that, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay? Google this image. Go to the penis. Look at the body laid here in the landscape with the head back, the horse at his mouth, and then look at these creatures coming up, dispensing their genetics into this body, which represents Noah, and showing you Noah erect as a penis, himself coming at his genetics and showing you that these genetics were altered, and it shows you the directions that they go on. Taken from one side and given to another after they were genetically bridged. Not just, it's taken from this side, given to this side, but genetically bridged off of this up here. And it shows you that this blackness of genetics were burnt off. And these creatures, their genetics were excluded, and there was a new form of genetics created. And that's what we're at with this. Alright? My name is Gerone Wright. Thank you for viewing my videos.